everyone. In this video we will be going through mixing and mastering of our song. So first see what we made in the previous videos. So let's hear it. Just a couple of minutes.
Yalnızca cesurların işidir badana.
So that's what we made in the previous videos. So first thing, before I begin the mixing, I just want to try something with some arpeggios, and it's automation actually. So let me try that first. Nope, not that one. Let me go up. No, I don't like that sound. Let me just auto filter. Okay, that's actually nice. So what I'm gonna do is automate. Sorry. Let me just go and increase frequency up to top. Actually, I don't know. Okay. that's what I'm gonna add. I just like that. Okay, so we first hear our song in the beginning. So what I notice is upgrading those arps, pushing those arps here. I need to listen just those parts. We'll do mixing and mastering in this video series. So in this part, this looks some of the hi-hats, like the collision between my bass and my arpeggiators. Okay, so in melodic techno, you should put listener phase your melodies, arpeggiator, or your bass lines, not your drums, because melodic techno's drums, shakers, or hi-hat must be in your second plan. First notice is that some bass sounds, some arpeggiators, some melodies, you should hit listener phase with your arpeggiators or melodies or something like that. So in the mixing part, first I will begin with my classic. Let me get that straight in the kicks. First begin with the kicks. So what we have is utility and spend. Let me just solo my kick. I should put, for my mixing technique I use is put the most significant part is around -12 dBs. Second most significant are going to be around -18 dBs, and other stuff will be around -24 dBs. This will help you create some space in your master channel for the mastering, and it will help you to get some mixing done. So first, let's just for that purposes just hear the difference between our first before the mix and after the mix. I'm just going to export that audio as some Anyma before mix. Okay, so I'll see you guys after this rendering finish. Rendering is done, so begin our mixing. So I just adjust the kick around -12 dBs, and what is important in melodic techno is in the mixing part or kick part, putting your kick in the key. In this case, we will build our song in the G minor scale, so our kicks will be around G. Must be around G. It's good to have that. So how can you define them? You can simply put some tuner in your rack, audio rack, or you will just look at those transients, and it will be around, as you can see, it's around G0. So G0 and G sharp transient will be around that, so that's good. So another thing you can do is making your kicks short. How can you do that? Just putting into one shot, and let's cut the end to here. You see that it's much punchier, and put some fade out or something like that. So that's good. That's much more punchy, and this part, as you can see, if I'm not shorting it and put it to whole to the end, let's see how does it give. You see that, right? We get whole bass frequency with our kicks. As I'm moving to the end and put it around there, yeah, you see that, right? so that I can get a whole new space for the kick. Let me see it in the master part as I'm getting short kick. And let's do it to the end. Okay, I just adjust my kick. Then let's move on with our pre-kick, which is some clicky sound. I just adjust that with those parts. And for mixing purposes, -3 dB always affect your sound at noticeable level. See that, right? -6 dB is much more effective. And -9 or 12 dBs will be almost unhearable. At -20 dB, you almost lost your sound. Okay, so that's an important part, because -3 dB is almost half power of your frequency level. Okay, at -3 dB, you lost whole half of the power. So let's move on with our hi-hats. And in the hi-hat part, I'm just adding utility and span, and let's insert some EQ. And what I really like is, adding some overdrives to my hi-hats, and it will be pushed around something like that. Okay, so let's hear it. So let's have hi-hat moving. So let's look at this one. In hi-hat parts, it's not really noticeable. It's not really important. It's important, but not important as some bass lines or melodies or arpeggios. So I'm trying to put that around, because it's moving hi-hat around -30, and close hi-hat will be around -80. Okay, and in the EQ part, as you can see, I get some high parts. To get rid of that, I'm just simply putting it around 1 kHz. And in the hi-hat moving, again using that, and get rid of from the low level part. Let's hear it. Okay, much more better. And I'm using glue compressor to compress my hi-hat. Okay, this will be nice. As you can hear, my glue compressor will adjust my low level part and decrease it actually. So let's hear with glue compressor. You see that? Without glue compressor, you see that? It's not that important, because I just cut my low level part. Okay, so this is my hi-hat. I'm just done with that. I just really do I'm just trying to do my mixing as fast as I can to make this video really short, because it gets much more boring as I'm making too long. I'm just giving you some tips and tricks about mix and mastering. Everybody's mix types is different. Sometimes maybe you just try to punch your bass instead of your kicks. I'm just defining some simple rules. You can adjust yourself. Okay, so let's go over with the snares. Let's listen first. Snares together. Okay, that's nice. Let's see that in here. We get all frequencies. So I'm just going to select first filter, the filter type with that, and I don't want really low frequencies. Okay, you can get something like that, and in some you can do that to define your unwanted sound levels. I don't want those levels. 3 dB is always noticeable. Let's see. Okay. This would be nice in the snare build. So let's go over with the claps. Okay, I don't look at Snare's level, by the way. So minus 24 dB. Okay. Let's look at the first claps level. Minus 18. I'm just decreasing that around minus 20. Okay, that's nice. So let's first look at the clap center. Okay, I'll just get rid of from really high frequencies, and that's it for that. Actually, I can just get some sustains, get some really punchy claps. Let's see the clap panning. I'm just going to cut around the frequencies. And this will be the same because it's actually the same sound. So that's it for the clap panning, and let's look at the shaker. And again, I'm just trying to use some overdrives. That's nice. So let's look at the shakers. Add some EQ to that part. Actually do some simply EQing first. Okay. This is must be sound like it's unnoticeable, but as I'm just beginning to adjust some bass sounds, you will hear the difference. Okay. So let's go with the sub bass. The sub bass must be mono. Let's look at in the ozone elements and using imager. You see that it's really mono, my bass sound. Stereo, there is no sound in stereo. It's only a mono. Okay. So let's adjust that. My sub bass is around -80 to 20 dB. And let's get the main bass. Let's get the zone elements. As you can see in the imager, my vector scope between 0 and +1. As I'm getting through the 0, I got some phasing issues in my bass level. It sounds like some distorted. So you will try to keep between those lines. You will be safe in your bass sound design. That's important. So this is the tips I want to give you. So let's look at the span. Those are nice. For making it much punchier, I can add some saturator to my bass. Let's grab some utility. Oop, sorry. I'm just pressed the wrong button. Okay, I wasn't recording right. Okay, I'm just checking. That's nice. There's another bass variation. So let's use utility and span to see where we get some. I don't want that to interrupt my other basses, so I will keep that around -20. So arpeggiator is another important parameter. Melodic Techno. Let me just read that and see. Those are nice levels. Let's do some pads too. I'm just doing quick mixing technique that you can do in like what 20 to 30 minutes. Oop. In the breakdown part, I want to hear my pad sounds. the same level as my arpeggiators, because it's important. I didn't do to that part, those bases. Let me just do this. Okay, that was nice. I'm just adjusting the levels right now. I don't do too much on the mixing right now. Okay. Actually, I'm almost done with my level, right? Okay. So let's hear first in the beginning. So what should we need to adjust? I can't hear my kick. I'm just actually decreasing it very low. So after that finish, let's look at the drop part.
Belki de bu yüzden yalnızca cesurların işidir badana.
Let's go. We're just simply adjusting the sound levels, but it's not always correct, so we'll first go over and try to figure out what we should need to adjust. First, I notice is those main bass is really high. It's almost overlapping every sound, so I'm just trying to adjust that some level. I just want to get rid of that bass variation because I'm just trying to add some bass aggressive, and those bass variation sound is actually clashing between the arpeggiator sound, so I don't want that, because I'm actually getting into some arpeggiator with my automation. So I'm trying to add bass aggressive sound. It will be much better. Those soft sounds.
Belki de bu yüzden yalnızca cesurların işidir badana.
Oh, sounds much more punchier. I need to make it really punchy. So let's find those punch with accelerator. You can, it's me.
Belki de bu yüzden yalnızca cesurların işidir badana.
So let me just export that audio too, and after that, let's go over with our mastering. Okay, I will see you later. Actually, what we can do is I'll finish that video here and upload another video for mastering, because I don't want that video too long. It will be around 40 minutes. It gets boring, over boring, because the mixing is always for me the most boring part. It's actually beautiful, but otherwise it's boring. So let's finish that video here, and I will upload another video maybe in 2 or 3 days about the mastering. And by the way, guys, I just got some analog synthesizer and ableton push. If you want any videos or live loops about melodic technos, leave your ideas in the comment down below. I will see you guys later. Have a very good day.